Hey guys, welcome back. Well, yeah, no, it's been I don't know, at least 2 weeks since my last video. I've been extremely busy. Haven't really had time to more or less eat or sleep, so I haven't had a chance to really make a video. I've had plenty of opportunities to make a video, like on job sites and stuff, but there's usually a lot going on that it'd be a lot of wasted time to me to make it. It's been a bad excuse, but well, today we're going to be getting a 20-foot container delivered. It was supposed to be here yesterday, but that didn't happen. So the guy calls me today and says it's going to be today. So the plan is, some of you guys know, like I have a somewhat steep driveway with like, I don't know, 60, 70 degree turn, and then it goes to the road. He's bringing it on a 40-foot trailer apparently, and it's, like I said, it's a 20-foot container. So the ideal thing is to put it here facing that way. And then my plan is somehow to rotate it like this and then push it in here. So hopefully you guys can see. Turn the lights on. It didn't really make a difference, but push it into here with the doors facing this way. And I put this garage door in, I don't know, a couple weeks ago now. So this was a wall, but I put this in. So, but the plan is to turn it into my kiln. So I'm gonna have to insulate it, do some stuff to it, but pretty much know what I'm gonna do. I've done a ton of research on them, and my wood boiler is gonna be the heat source for it. And then I'll get a pretty massive dehumidifier to suck out the moisture as well. So that's the plan. It shouldn't take me long because the water lines run into this garage for the heater, so it should be pretty simple to install. But I have a bunch of insulation and some plywood, but we'll see when I get it how I'm gonna actually build it out. I don't know if I'll make a video on how I build it or not. I may show you the finished product. We'll see, or some snapshots of it. But so this guy should be here supposedly shortly. We'll see how it is getting it up here, and I'll probably take a video of him backing in or however we do it and let you guys see that, and then I'll take a video of it here looking at it after he's gone. So I may or may not take a video of me trying to finesse it in here. We'll see, because it's probably going to be a lot of back and forth, this and that. So we'll see. I may just show it to you when it's in its final position, if I can get it there. So but yeah, stay tuned, and hopefully we get a container today. All right, guys. Well, you just well, we got it delivered, so that's good. About a day and a half late, but we got it. So obviously it was right here, as you saw in the video, and now I got it in here. Hopefully you can see. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, we don't need that on. So I got it pushed already in the corner, sorta. I just used my tractor, the 4052R. I haven't decided if I'm going to push it any closer or not. I still got some room. It's about to the post there. That's probably, it's at least a foot, and it's it's a foot to the back as well. So it's a typical 20-foot container. It's actually in fairly good shape. So, like I said, I'll be able to drive right through here to get right into it. So that's why I might bring it over this way just a little bit. So, but yeah, 4052R, moved it around pretty easily actually. Got it in way better than I thought, so I'm actually happy about that. But what an ordeal last night was. I mean, what a joke. You know, it was supposed to be delivered the day before, and you know, it was no call, no show kind of deal. So I called first thing in the morning, as I think I said, and they called me, said it's going to be here around 12:30. Well, 12:30 rolls around, nothing. They called me and say they had a flat tire, which I know is BS, because when the guy was here, they're all the same tires, same wear on them, so whatever. And it was a really nice trailer, actually. I mean, really nice trailer. It was one of those that can move the axles, so he moved it up about 8 feet, backed in the driveway, got to my bend, and yeah, that was about as far as he could go with his truck. Just throw it in the garbage. And the truck just didn't have enough power. It was a Cummins dually, I don't know if you could see it, but the truck was clapped out, no four-wheel drive. He was spinning his tires, so I had to hook up my truck to it, to the back of the trailer, and I literally pulled him and the trailer up the hill, no problem. And what I'll do is I didn't know, but my wife actually took a video from the house as I'm pulling it up, so I'll patch that in right now. So as you could see from that video, I pulled him up to the space, then I unhooked, and then we kind of finagled to get it right where I wanted it, as you could see in the first video, or the first clip there. So whatever, we get it off, he lowers the trailer back down, and he's putting his stuff away, and he's an older gentleman. I don't want to get too much detail about it, but it took him almost an hour and a half to get out of here, right? And that's not because he had to finagle to get out. So, you know, after I throw him a tip, you know, he's just about done. He's standing on the trailer by like the upper toolbox where the the generator is for the trailer. And I go in the house and, you know, I'd glance out the window and he's like still standing on the top. And this is like 15 minutes now, not moving. I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I go out there and the guy's like hunched over sleeping. Like he's out cold standing up. So I'm like, you almost set, you know? I started, you know, this whatever. And he like pops up. He's like, oh yeah, whatever. And he gets off the trailer and eventually the guy has one mode and it's turtle mode. And he gets off and he's doing something by the box to throw something in there. And you could see he's kind of doing this, like he's about to go out again. I'm like, what is going on here? So I say something to him and he eventually like gets into the truck. I'm like, okay, so I walk away thinking he's like gonna shut the door and like leave. 5 minutes go by, I look out the window again, he's like hunched over in the truck. And I'm like, what is going on here, you know? So I go back out there and I take a photo and I'm gonna put that photo in right now. So as you can see in the photo, the guy is hunched over in his cab of his truck, out cold. The guy's is out. I'm like, guy's gotta be on drugs or something. There's no way you are that tired, right? It's impossible to be that. I mean, I've driven, you know, 16, 20 hours. I've been tired, but I'm not that tired where it's like every 2 seconds you're going out. So now I start talking louder. I'm like, all right, you ready to go? You know, like, let's go. So I was like, I'll be your eyes, because now it's like dark. So I start walking down the driveway. He's starting to slowly go. I go all the way to the road. He gets to the bend. And then you could tell it's dark, so he can't see behind him probably. And he like kind of stops, and I wait down there for like 2 minutes, and he doesn't move. So I walk back up. This guy has his foot on the brake, and he is out cold. I'm like, this isn't good. So I'm like, bro, you good? You know, like, what's going on here? He's like, oh yeah, and he pops up, and long story short, we get him to the road. The guy's like passing in and out. I'm like, dude, are you good to drive? You know, like every 2 seconds you're like falling asleep. He's like, man, you know how it is with these truck drivers. I'm like, yeah, I get it, but you got to get out of here. So whatever, long story short, he gets out of there. I told him to go to the gas station. It's a big fuel station for semis and cars. It's right off the freeway, which is like 5 minutes from here. I'm like, get there and just park, you know, and go to sleep. But my wife, you know, she's like, yeah, we got to call the cops because this guy's going to kill someone, which I agreed. So we called the sheriff or our local. What happened after that, I don't know. For all I know is the guy was probably stopped at the stop sign with his foot on the brake and he's just out. Thankfully, his truck was clapped out, so it ain't rolling anywhere. It ain't going anywhere. The truck was a pile. Four-wheel drive didn't work. Parking brake didn't work. Like I said, I literally pulled him up the driveway. So, needless to say, the company I purchased it from, complete garbage. Terrible communication. Whoever they contract with, obviously, for the delivery was not very good. Maybe I just have high standards from owning my own company, but terrible experience. Thank God the containers actually, I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, it's a used container. The doors work. I mean, I got to grease some things because it's a little stiff, but they work. There's no holes. For what I'm going to use it for, it's fine. But holy smokes, what an ordeal. You know, communication for delivery, set up delivery time. They give you a date, no time. They don't schedule nothing. So it's like the average person that goes to work every day, I don't even know how they would do it. So needless to say, whatever. Well, what an experience that was. So what a joke. But no, I got it in place. So I'm happy with it. So I'm going to, obviously, like I said, I'm going to turn this into my kiln to dry my firewood, kindling, and so on. So obviously I'm going to leave the stuff in the baskets, drive in here. I'll probably build just a little ramp or something just to be able to get in. I'll get a pallet jack, I'm assuming, to like really kind of finagle stuff. So in the next week or so, maybe the next couple of days, I'm probably going to insulate it, frame it out, plywood it, so I can mount stuff in here like lights, fans, the heater, probes for the moisture. I'm going to put in a commercial dehumidifier on the roof, plumb it in from the side to the back. The airflow I'm going to have come this way. And really kind of, I'm pretty sure it's pretty airtight, but I want to insulate it because I don't want this garage to be 1,000,000 degrees when it's running. So I probably won't film it as I build it because I'm going to be moving stuff in and out. Plus, I don't want to give away all my secrets, but it's going to work. I know that. So, because everything I've done works. So, I already have the hydronic in here for that heater, so I'll tap into that, run it to here. Have some shut off, so this is not running all the time. And this will get priority over that because I know this is still going to bleed a little bit of heat when it's running. It's just going to. And it won't be that much, I don't think, the way I'm going to do it. So yeah, we'll see. The next video on this kiln, you'll probably see it fully set up, operational. I may or may not have put some wood in there for a test run to see how long its stuff takes, but yeah, we'll see. So I'm curious. I mean, there's some videos online of people making that into a kiln. Some firewood guys. One guy I follow, he did one. He's out in the UK, I believe, or somewhere overseas, and he didn't really insulate. It's a refrigerated unit, so they're pretty insulated, but my setup's going to be a little bit different than his. He doesn't have a dehumidifier on it. He just bakes the water right out, and the water just runs on the floor. I'm not really too fond of that. I don't want water in here since I have it indoors, because I wanted to keep it out of the elements. Yeah, I have some space that I could. Bracing, don't do that. I could have put it outside, but I didn't want to get the snowed on and this and that, and loading it in the in the winter, and because that's primarily when it's going to get the most use. So, yeah, my goal is to be able to dry the wood the fastest with the dehumidifier and the heat. So, in the way that I'm going to be able to suck out moisture, I believe it's going to happen pretty quick. So, obviously, certain woods are going to take longer than others. So, I'll be doing test runs. I got oak, which probably takes the longest, that I'll probably put in there. I may start with that, and I'm going to chart everything for species of wood so I kind of have a rough idea on how long stuff takes and what the moisture content is going in, coming out. So I'm going to get it pretty dialed in. I'm going to have all automated systems to tell me what the moisture is in the wood, the probes I'm going to use, in the air, the current heat temperature. So everything is going to be a push of a button to be able to monitor and adjust the temp and whatnot. And I'll probably put a container somewhere that I could drive in and take it back out, so when it's running, all the moisture that it sucks out will go into a container, and we could use that to water bushes, trees, whatever we plant. So which we do all the time. And as you guys know, this year, I don't care where you are, it's been pretty dry, so it'll come into handy. So literally nothing here goes to waste. Everything gets purposed or gets burned in the boiler for us for heat, or we sell it somehow. So, but yeah, it's a longer video for me. Yeah, I think it's been 2 weeks since I posted anything. I've just been extremely busy with work and messing around with this thing and so on. So I figured to give you guys a little update. But if you guys want to see the build process, comment if you're interested in that. Maybe I'll film it. We'll see. Maybe I'll film sections of what I'm doing. If you guys have thoughts on how I should build it, give me a shout. Pretty excited about it because this is going to be a pretty big money maker for us. So I'm just happy I got it pretty much in place. I mean, I had to finagle it from there, well, actually on the other side of this wall, spin it, push it in, pull it, push it. It actually worked out pretty good. I mean, I think I got it where I kind of want it, so I may push it back a little bit, but I got to be able to plumb stuff, so we'll see. We'll see. Pretty excited about it, though. So, yeah, stay tuned. I'll be posting some stuff on the kiln build, and we'll see how it goes. As always, keep burning.